Good morning, Twin Tigers. It's time for the Tiger Update. I'm Rowan, and today's Friday, February 26th, 2021. Today is Pistachio Day. Pistachio Day celebrates a popular nut which is native to the Middle East. Pistachios are not just eaten as a snack, they are also used in cooking, while their sweet flavor sometimes finds them used in desserts, such as Lebanese dish baklava. You can sometimes find pistachio ice cream alongside common flavors such as chocolate or strawberry. Studies have even suggested that eating moderate amounts of pistachios can keep your heart healthy. This day in history. Today's date, in 1917, President Woodrow Wilson became aware of a telegram sent from Germany to Mexico, hoping to start an alliance in the event of a war between the U.S. and Germany. This was a crucial step toward imperialism in the U.S. for World War I.
Good morning, Twin Tigers. I'm Soliana, and now it's time for Guess Who. Guess Who? Clue number 1, the teacher/administrators teaches 7th grade U.S. history. Clue number 2, their favorite author is Jodi Picoult. And clue number 3, their favorite baseball team is the Nats. The teacher/administrator is Mrs. Lomeo. Next up is World News with Soliana. Good morning, Twin Tigers. I'm Soliana, and welcome back to World News with me. Now it's time for the international news. Last Tuesday, February 18th, the Perseverance rover, a $2.7 billion robot, landed on Mars. Perseverance, nicknamed Percy, launched in July 30th, 2020. The Perseverance is almost right in the middle of the original landing zone, which is 2 kilometers formed by the edge of a lake. What happens next? Well, the next couple of days after the landing will be used to making sure Percy is properly commissioned. What that means is that NASA will have to make sure no part got damaged, and will be taking a look at the hardware. COVID protocols were strict, and it called for a limiting number of people at the mission control in Pasadena, California. From now on, this means managing the rover will be spread to other centers and even homes. The main job is for the rover to detect any ancient life at Mars and to return back broken soil and rock to Earth. The second largest continent and the second largest populous continent has reached just 100,000 deaths. There are 3.79 million confirmed cases in Africa and counting. The pandemic is raging, as said by Dr. John Nkengasong, director of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in a press briefing. The continent, with 1.3 billion people living in, has only 3.5% of the total amount of confirmed COVID cases and 4% of the global death toll. 34.6 million COVID-19 tests have been conducted in Africa so far, and there is an overall positivity rate of 10.9%. Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, the World Health Organization's regional director for Africa, told reporters last week that the continent COVID-19 death toll has increased by 40% in the past month. Hope for recovery in Africa. Thanks so much, Tigers, for tuning into today's World News with me. I'm Soliana, signing out. See you next time, Twin. Now it's time for an inspirational quote.
Today's quote is by James Baldwin. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced.
We chose this quote because it's saying that when you want to change something, you can't just face it, you have to confront it.
Here's a short clip of our teacher talks.
Good morning, Twin Tigers. My name is Zoe Houghton.
And my name is Rowan Karar. Today we have 3 guests here for Teacher Talks. We're going to be doing a part 2 of some of the old interviews in addition to the new interviews, so we can continue to learn even more about the teachers here at Twain.
Today's guest is Mrs. Nieves. She's an 8th grade English teacher for the Cavaliers. How are you doing today, Mrs. Nieves?
I'm doing fine.
Let's get started.
Why did you want to become an English teacher?
Well, actually, I'm from Puerto Rico, and I wanted to be a Spanish teacher, which would be like the equivalent of being an English teacher here. We would teach literature and writing because I love reading and writing, especially writing poetry. But the Spanish market was saturated, so I decided to be English teacher, which will also teach literature and writing, which is my passion.
That's all for this teacher talk. Thank you for joining us, Miss Nieves, and have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye.
Our next guest on Teacher Talks is Miss Murtaugh. She's an 8th grade science teacher for the Patriots. How are you doing today, Miss Murtaugh?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Let's get started. What is the best piece of advice you've ever gotten from someone?
You know, I was thinking about this for a while, and I think the piece of advice that I use the most often, I got from my Nana, and I think about her every time I cook. I'm a big time cook, and she always used to say, you can always add, but you can't take out, right? So if you're cooking, you're like, should I add more salt? Should I add more pepper? You can always add more later, but you can't take it out. So go easy and then add more seasoning after you taste it.
That's really cool. And that's all for this teacher talk. Thank you for joining us, Miss Murtaugh, and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Our next guest on Teacher Talks is Miss McGarry, who you may have seen before. She's an 8th grade health and physical education teacher here at Twain. How are you doing, Miss McGarry?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Now time for some more questions.
If you won $1 million, what would you do with the money?
I would probably have to put some away in savings. That's something my dad always taught me, always save money. But I would also want to do something having to do with charity of some sort, whether starting one or donating to a charity that's close to my heart. So.
That's sweet. That's all for this Teacher Talks. Thank you for joining us again, Miss McGarry, and have a great day. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
All teachers that want to sign up should fill out the Google form sent in by an email by Ms. Huber.
Hello, and welcome to Your Side of the Story, the student polling segment where you can share your side of the story. Use the link on the All Students course in Schoology, Twain TV News folder, to fill out the form. See you next week.
Okay, hello, Mark Twain. Hi, my name is Mrs. Miller, and I am one of the teachers at Twain. Some of you who are 8th graders probably remember me from last year. 7th graders, welcome to Twain halfway through our year. I have an idea that we wanted to throw out between myself and the AVID Club and the AVID students and Ms. Nocera for a kindness challenge, that to continue our kindness challenge. What we did in my AVID classes and in AVID Club and some of my other classes is we made Valentines for a place called Kings Grant, which is like a senior living place in southwestern Virginia, Martinsville, Virginia, where my mom, who's 95, my mom lives there. And what I have seen with the pandemic is how lonely and sad and isolated the people feel there. So, for instance, with my mom and myself, I've only been able to see her 3 times, and it's been, with plexiglass outside, masks on. It's just not been the same. And some of the people there don't even have people that come visit them like that. So it's just been a very isolating, lonely time for them. So what the kids did is they made Valentines through like the computer. So that some of them did it on Google Slides, some did Microsoft PowerPoint, some did Microsoft Word, and some did just a document in Google. And then they emailed it to me. I email it to the social worker at Kings Grant. She prints them all, and then she's going to hang them all around the building and make sure that each resident, we think we might have almost enough for each resident to get one. So Ms. Nocera got word of this, and we thought maybe we could spread this kindness and continue our kindness challenge at Twain by doing this for the rest of the year. So you will see on the news, there's going to be like a little slideshow presentation that kind of explains what we're going to do. But you could do riddles, you could do just pictures of things, you could just do smiley faces, you could do a poem, you could do quotes, you could do anything you can think of. You guys are the most creative people. So you create what you think would be cool, and then you email them to me, and then I email them to Miss Murphy at Kings Grant. And then for those of you who want your service learning, I will then, you let me know how long it took you to make them. If you make like 15 or 20 and it takes you like an hour, then I will sign off on an hour for your service learning. So it's a win-win for you that way. It's a win-win for you and that you're making other people smile. And it's a win-win for our whole kindness challenge at Twain. So thank you very much for your time. And then if you need anything, like I said, I'm Jane Miller, and you can reach out to me. Thank you.
Kindness cards for senior citizens. Twain Tiger Kindness Challenge. Who and what? Cards to Kings Grant Senior Living. Why? To show them they are thought of and cared for. How? By doing funny memes, quotes, pictures, cartoons, riddles, and jokes. Here's an example. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? A map. The winner ain't the one with the fastest car. It's the one who refuses to lose. Service learning opportunity. Along with making others happy, you can earn service learning hours. How? You can email your cards to jlmiller@fcps.edu or jlmiller@fcpsschools.net. Miss Miller will be approving service hours.
That's it for me. I'm Soliana, signing out. See you next time, Twain.
Daily joke. What does Snowman eat for breakfast? Frosted Flakes. Thank you for listening to today's Tiger Update. I'm Rowan signing out. Now it's time for the Administrator's Corner. Have a great day, Twain.